welcome back to Stick to Fitness, brought to you by my co-host Archie and myself, Himson. And for today's topic of discussion, we're going to be talking about the top 5 worst trends in fitness. What we've done, what's popular at the moment, and how you can avoid them too. So Archie, what do you think is your number one top?
Number one has got to be the Jordan trend, which I've fallen victim to as well.
Explain to the viewers what's the...
So the Jordan trend is just spending an extortionate amount of money on gym clothes by the brand Jordan, which is obviously
I thought you meant Jordan Peters.
No, Air Jordan. So spending vast amounts of money on all this Jordan gear just to go and train in it. And I've fallen victim to that as well.
I've fallen victim to it. I train in Air Jordans as well.
No, so I've changed now. I just
not Jordan.
now I just wear anything. Primark.
Primark's good. I wear Primark as well.
Just hit up the baggy clothes section.
Not Monsters.
Nah, I've gone full 180 on what I'm wearing now in the gym. It's cheap as possible. It's all gonna get sweaty. All goes in the wash. All gets ruined.
It's because you have to do the washing now, doesn't it?
I don't know. Not me. I don't have to do the washing. No,
the wife does it.
Yeah, she's a good one.
Okay. So wearing Jordan clothes.
I think people were going. I think one of the phases a few years ago was like going through the cuffs and the D handle phase. That was a bad trend, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's still going on. Right?
If it's still going on, I think
but less people.
I think more inexperienced people now are doing it, which is weird.
You see it in the gym actually quite a bit. Like random people who they do like various different kind of exercises that are like completely like roundabout deadlift, but then you'll see them wear cuffs like for optimal training, which is weird.
Yeah, it's very strange. But I think that's because there was a big drive, wasn't there, from a lot of influencers. So a lot of people were influenced by these people.
I don't think people really realise why they're doing it in the first place. That's the problem that I have with it.
I think I fell victim to that.
Did you? You just felt
different stimulus.
Someone's doing it, so
I saw someone do it and I thought, yeah, that looks good. Let me spend some money on some cuffs and some D handles, which is what was unlike me. But I think I did get influenced, so I fell victim again.
I like it. I think it's I didn't see it as a trend. I still do it, but obviously I understand the reasons why I'm doing it and what it brings. And
you're probably one of the few that actually understand it. So,
so it's okay. It's okay. I think fatigue management is a big one now. So like. I think, people just trying to be really mindful of not causing too much fatigue. I'm going to make sure, my recovery is good. And people are trying to almost avoid fatigue, and the whole idea of I need to avoid overtraining. But at the same time, it's like you have to train in order to overtrain. You know what I mean? And I think not many people are pushing themselves hard enough to even need to worry about, deadlifts or squats are going to cause me too much fatigue. I think that's a bad trend to kind of go down.
Yeah, I think that's something that's quite current as well, isn't it? The
very current
fatigue management.
It's all the MEV, MRV,
all the hippies.
All the hippies.
All the hippies who aren't even training properly anyway.
Yeah. I think, and it's the consistency of it, right? If you depending on your program is also something that's going to manage how frequently that you go to the gym. It just makes sense that you probably don't need to deadlift like every time you go into the gym. But equally, when I did powerlifting, a lot of powerlifters, they'll squat, bench and deadlift multiple times in a week.
In the same session.
Exactly. In the week. But how they manage their fatigue is the amount and the proximity to failure.
I think that's more so people just being scared though.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that it's just one way, right? If I do those exercises, I am going to get fatigued. And it's like, yes, but how are you also doing them, right? I think is a bigger question. And loads of people they just do straight sets now. They don't do any extended sets. They don't do any drop sets, any rest pauses. Whereas I think everyone goes through that phase where in the beginning, that's like that's all you know. That's all you know. That's all you do, right, to bring intensity. But then afterwards, as you get kind of more experience, people are like, no, I can't do any of that.
I think I would agree with you on that one.
I think people, in order to grow, I think people do because people train so far away from failure, and they don't know how to get the most out of the exercise that they're doing. They almost need extra volume. They need that extra sets. They need the extended sets in order to actually grow, because they're not pushing themselves to failure. And actually, what the extended sets and the drop sets, supersets, the rest pauses they actually do is actually get them to train hard for once in their life. So I think it's one of the bad trends that is more current at the moment is fatigue management.
What do you think about coffee?
Coffee. I personally don't enjoy drinking
This
it.
is a real fitness trend. This is coffee.
You think it's a fitness trend? I think it's just a life trend in general. Right?
Ridiculous.
A lot of people drink it.
Yeah, a lot of people drink it, but I think it's seeped its way into the fitness community. It's quite
Coffee or caffeine in general.
Well, I guess you could say about the monster trend as well, isn't it? So, okay,
Monster's.
But obviously, I love my caffeine.
Yeah.
But I just think the coffee thing is just hectic.
What is it about the caffeine? So if you had Monster with no caffeine, you wouldn't.
I would still drink it.
But so is it more so just the Monster, the flavor, nice than drink. Actually the caffeine?
I've stopped drinking Monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's looking at it and it's like near £2 a day.
That's expensive.
On some energy drink, which I don't need.
I've got the energy.
Yeah, so I've stopped. I've stopped doing that. So I'm a week down.
Oh yeah,
a week clean.
Oh, so you're slowly removing stuff like what you had
grenade
bars is not.
Yeah, slowly removing things. Just because I fall victim to like.
It's maturing in the gym.
And I just fall victim to like all that stuff, and so I'm just trying to take a step back.
I'm very fast when it comes to that. Like I'm always like, I'll drink a Monster, and I'm like, I ain't paying £2 for this.
Yeah, it's
true.
But
what if you got like a cheaper version, like those budget ones?
Nah, it doesn't taste. I just don't need it. There's no point trying to replicate it.
Yeah. I have one. I think I have one here and there. I used to really like when I'm on prep, I do like a Monster because it's like
appetite suppression.
It's the taste.
But I definitely feel hungry in the mornings though, having not have it.
So
really? I can see the appetite suppressant from the caffeine. Yeah.
Or is it more like an addiction kind of thing where you feel like I need something?
No, because I've just replaced it with like them SIS hydration tablets. So I have one of them in the morning instead.
But that don't have no caffeine.
No, I know, but it's still just replaced the action of drinking something in the car on the way to work has been replaced with that. So that was more the addiction. I think was the habit.
Having something
cold.
Yeah,
having something.
Or you get like a diet drink or something like a Coke or
still kind of Coke at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Can you not?
Pepsi at 7 in the morning.
Let us know. Is that are you allowed?
I wouldn't do it. I got to wait till at least 10 o'clock.
Really, at least. Why 10? What if it's 9:59?
If you're on holiday, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a big like. I see some people are like a bit weird about fizzy drinks. I'm like, I'll crack one open in the morning.
Yeah, I have no issue with it, but I would be like judging myself. If
it's too early for this.
It's too early for that.
Can't be having a.
It's like when you walk down the high road and you go past the Weatherspoons. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. There's people outside with pints.
Oh yeah.
So
So no Monster or caffeine. You think caffeine is a trend?
It is a trend, and it's like I think it got to the point one time when it was like, who can have the most caffeine?
It is, isn't it? It's a bit like, I can take this amount of caffeine. I can still go to sleep.
I'm taking this pre-workout.
Yeah.
That's like 350 milligrams of caffeine, and it's 7 p.m. And I'm like you said, I'm still be able to go to sleep. Or like some people are like, no, you can't have caffeine past 2 p.m.
I think that's a problem, man.
I've never subscribed to that though, ever.
What, you don't think the caffeine affects your sleep?
It doesn't affect my sleep. I don't know. I can't speak for other people, but maybe that's because I'm
have you tested it though? Like, let's say. Because like people do
on like a rest day.
But people do like aura, not like the aura trackers where it's like taking like I think the big test would be like, obviously I don't know how accurate aura is, right? But if you monitor your sleep when you have some caffeine, and then monitor how restful that you get your sleep when you don't have caffeine.
But I always just gotta feel.
Yeah,
I feel the same.
You feel the same.
Go to bed at the same time on a training day or a non-training day.
Okay.
So
I definitely, because I don't take caffeine,
it'll kill you.
It lights me up. Like, I won't be able to get to sleep.
Yeah,
like when you go for a Turkish and you get like a Turkish coffee, right? Or the
tea.
Turkish tea. I really enjoy it. So doesn't matter.
That's like 20 milligrams.
I don't know, man. It fucking feels strong.
No, it's nothing.
It lit me up, man. Last time I had 2.
That's just some leaves.
It fucked me up, man. I was firing.
You were wired,
I was wired, man. But that just shows how little caffeine I tend to have.
True.
Which is I think a good thing. So I guess some people, I don't necessarily think it's just a fitness trend. I think people probably need to back off a bit on
What do you think is a good fitness trend?
A good one?
What's been a good one? because we've kind of been framing these as negatives or
I
like,
know. Worst.
yeah. What's a positive trend? Do you think people are being more with the amount, like, I guess you could look at fitness tracking, like you said about sleep and food and whatever. I said you could look at that as a negative, but is that also a positive in the sense that the accuracy and the way in which people are training now is probably more accurate and
Yeah, I think you get to
more
like,
most optimal.
I guess, like, before we wouldn't be able to see our favorite bodybuilders or the best physiques that we look up to. We don't get to see what they did, and now it's so available. Like, they all have Instagram. You can just go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna check, like, what this C-Bum, I like C-Bum. What's he doing? He's vlogging every day. So you can see how he eats, how he lives his life, what he's into, how he trains,
You just can't see them steroids, man.
Obviously, I'm sure his OnlyFans has it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that side of it is really good. Is that technology has really helped us be more aware of new training techniques, how people live their life. So then it's really helped to progress. I think how quickly people have been able to make gains in the gym. But of course, there's also negative sides as well.
Yeah, but I think there has been a positive one. I guess that's one of the better things to come out of technology and information, I think, as well.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like you said, there is a negative caveat to that as well. That is, people become too obsessed and blah, 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 blah. But we were not talking about that because we've done a pod on that already.
Yeah. I think the other... yeah, I mean, look, I think there's more negatives than positives, to be honest. I think that I could think of. Maybe it's just...
Yeah,
overlook
maybe.
it.
But then I guess it's like, with everything, there will be some upsides.
Yeah. Can you think of any?
To what? To
trends.
Trend, yeah.
I think that's the whole premise, right? Trends, they come and go.
They come and go, yeah.
So if they come and go, they're not
So what's
good.
been the weirdest trend then, do you think?
Weirdest trend.
I'll tell you one thing that I don't think it was a weird. I don't know where it sits, but I don't see as many stringer vests.
It's cold, isn't it?
No, but like even just like in the last like 2-3 years, I don't.
It's not popular anymore, is it?
It's not. I think
what's popular now?
Baggy,
oversized.
Yeah, oversized, baggy.
Hiding yourself.
Yeah, hiding
wearing
yourself.
clothes that don't fit you.
Well, I was a big fan of the old stringer vest, man.
Were you?
Yeah.
What, like proper strings where like basically
only when you're a certain level of body fat.
Just
though,
covering little
the
bit
nips
nipple. That's
with some high shorts.
High shorts, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see that anymore.
I was never a fan of it.
But that was a trend that just died.
It did, didn't it? I think Gymshark had a lot of those kind of vests, right? And then like Gold's Gym and all that.
Yeah, but that's how it all started. That's how they all started. But I just don't see it from anyone. Yeah. Tank tops are more like relevant at the minute, I think.
Even that, I think oversized is big, isn't it? People really hide their physique. Yeah. Like, they're like, I don't want to show too much,
Yeah.
It's like,
Jesus Christ, man. Just whack the string.
Even a tight t-shirt. Like people don't really wear that.
But even going out, I guess that's coming into a bit off topic, but even like going out clothes is now baggy cargos, baggy top.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely changed.
It's weird, isn't it?
I reckon.
Do you think it would make a U-turn?
Oh, I'm bringing it back.
You're bringing it back?
I'm bringing it back. With this diet, I'm bringing it back.
High shorts.
High shorts, stringer vest. Get out of my way.
Yeah. I think, I'm not... I think it's more comfortable, like slightly baggy, but I think there is it shouldn't be like 6XL, if you're 2XL.
2XL? You see people wearing 6XL who are a medium. What are you talking about? Literally.
Yeah. I mean, I used to wear small. That's when I first started, right? And that was oversized.
Wow.
And now, like, this is large that I'm wearing now.
It looks a bit tight on you.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I'm not, yeah.
Maybe it's shrunk in the wash.
Maybe. I don't have a dryer, so.
Oh, that's how it can't have shrunk in the wash then.
Maybe not. But yeah, I like, I think I've always wanted to fit into clothes. That's always like the thing that I grew up with, right? So like, I don't mind like a hoodie or joggers being a bit more oversized, but like a t-shirt, I don't know. Certain degree. I think it's oversized, but it still has to fit you in certain ways, Maybe the arm here is a little bit oversized, but the shoulders, you should still be able to see the shoulders.
Like a dress.
Yeah, that's
like when you see them kids wear like.
That's not oversized. That's a big t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a cloth blanket. the blanketsmans are all out in.
Is that positive or is that negative now?
I don't know, because I guess people are more conscious of their body, so you could look at it as a negative. They don't want to expose themselves.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
But then there's also the other side of the argument, right? Where you've got people where it's like that message of you don't have to change, right? So like, was it love your body? And there's that massive narrative now that you shouldn't, you should accept the way that you look, and kind of like that fat positivity kind of.
Yeah, I think that wokeness trend is kind of.
Is it dying out now?
I think so.
You think so?
I'm not seeing it as much.
It's wild though, because if you think, like, people are actually considering going like, I'll have clients be like, I don't really like the way that I look, but then you can also kind of sense it's like they feel
do.
No, but they feel like they shouldn't feel that way. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, I
that
guess
whole,
you should always be happy with how you are, but in reality, is that...
Should you though? I feel like you shouldn't have to. Like, if I don't,
No, I guess if you're not willing to do anything about it, then just be happy with how you look. But if you're an action taker,
yeah,
then you can be unhappy because you're going to do something about it. But if you're unhappy about the way that you look and don't do anything about it, then I think that's when, just, all right, that's fine. Dude.
But then why are you unhappy with the way that you look, right?
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if you're unhappy,
yeah,
that's fine with the way that you look, and you do something about it. But if you're unhappy and don't do anything about it, then you can't be unhappy because you're not doing anything about it.
But then the question would be, why are you unhappy?
Oh, it could be
because you're not. Yeah, but you're not doing anything about it, so you can't be that unhappy, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think some people play up with that, though. Do you think some people it's like, again, a trend in society is to be depressed and to be anxious about everything.
Mental health.
Yeah, that's a trend.
Mental health is a trend.
Yes, a trend. It will die down again.
Honestly, I do think like
it will die. Maybe not a fitness trend, but it creeps into fitness.
I do think like mental health is like people with genuine mental health before, like they never said anything.
No, I know, which is a bit sad as well.
It is sad at the same time.
Well, it's not a bit sad. It is sad.
Yeah, but
it's definitely overplayed though.
That is kind of mental health, right?
And like,
because did you see Ronnie O'Sullivan's
no
documentary? He was like, I think he said something about mental health. So he had some mental health issues, and he was like going, mental health. He's like, he said, oh, I do running, right? They're following him, and he's like, yeah, I do running to help her, and he's like, yeah, to help my mental health. And he's like, yeah, I had mental health issues before it was popular.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you do see quite a few people posting about their mental health and fitness journey online.
ADHD as well. That's a massive one. Like every coach has got ADHD now.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. It's massive, isn't it? It's like
it's
trendy.
Yeah, but is it? You see a lot of people say I have this, I have that, without any like medical diagnosis. So
yeah, I don't know. the ADHD
that's like me sitting here saying I have cancer.
And this is not to go against anyone that actually genuinely has it.
Yeah, of course, if you genuinely have it.
But I feel like a lot of people do they make it their complete identity.
But is that because everyone's looking for an excuse?
I don't know.
So I can't do this because of this.
This limits. Are they trying to make themselves feel better? Like I've done this, and I have ADHD.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm asthmatic, right? But yeah. I don't put on my finger. Oh yeah.
Maybe you should though. Maybe you get more clients.
Oh,
you can be the asthma. You can be the asthmatic coach. That's a good niche. Yeah. I coach people with asthma.
I think a lot of people who have diabetes as well. They're like, they improve their strength, their size. Like there's some diabetic bodybuilders, but not all of them bang on about it all the time. You know what I mean? Whereas like someone's got ADHD or whatever, they're like, fuck yeah, I've got ADHD, man. And I coach people, I help people with ADHD.
I think coaching is quite a good job if you have ADHD. Because it's like feedback onto the next one, feedback onto the next one, next slide. Do you not think? It's not really a lot of sitting around.
No, but your concentration, you can't concentrate for that long. So let's say you got 50 check-ins in a day.
Who's doing 50 check-ins in a day?
You're going to be fucked, bro.
No, but if you did like 15 minutes check-ins, so surely like, bit of caffeine.
But how, I don't have ADHD. I don't really understand it too much, but what degree of focus and concentration some people have? I'm sure it's varying degrees.
Yeah,
right?
It must do. It's
a
whole spectrum thing, isn't
I'm sure it's a degree of where some people can barely concentrate for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. But then pick a different job.
But then what can you do if you can't concentrate for like 2 minutes? Can't do anything, man.
Can't even lift weights.
You'll be going to the toilet and you'll be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm bored now.
Yeah, I've got to go.
I don't know. But maybe that is a trend. I don't know. Positive or negative. Let us know what you think.
Is it a
What's your
trend?
final one?
I think this one's a big one now. Is the clean bulks? You know, where people. I don't know. I don't know if it's just now, but there seems to be a lot.
I hate a clean bulk,
a lot
especially
of
if you're skinny.
information
I
on it.
hate it.
People
If
are
you're skinny
on,
and you're bulking, just eat wherever the hell you want. Forget it.
seafood diet.
I can't be asked.
I
I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. 'Cause
See, I'm the opposite. I do think that side is a bit too far.
I know, but it's more fun. It's like you're gonna enjoy.
That's a
it
different
more.
thing, though. That's a different
It
thing.
takes less time.
Because these are that are doing this non like clean bulks, they're all about optimal, right? They're trying to be more efficient. They don't want to get too fat. But I think they go. It's like the extremes, right? So you've got you on this side where you're like, I want to eat everything in the world, right? And then you got these guys that are like very scared to even gain an ounce of body fat. I
Yeah,
think
but once you know
both
that,
are a problem.
once you know that you can lose it,
But that doesn't mean that.
it doesn't mean that you should. But it's a lot easier to like digest if you like. Is that you know what? Okay, I'm 5 kilos over what I want it to be, but you know what? I can take that off again. Same way it goes on.
Yeah,
like,
but that's it. That's what I mean. You're 5 kilos over.
Yeah, so what does that mean? You have to diet for what, another month?
Yeah, but some people are so scared. Like, there's people, I'm talking the extreme on the opposite side of the spectrum where you're like 80 pounds over, like yourself.
Yeah,
I
but
think
still,
that's too far. Like, you probably could have made the same amount of gains if you were just 40 pounds over.
possibly, but then would I have had all the other stuff that comes with it?
What was the other stuff that came with it?
I wasn't worrying about what I was eating.
Yeah.
Was able.
I'm
to...
sure you cannot worry about what you're eating on 40 pounds over.
No, maybe it was just too long I did it for.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that was the issue.
You just kept gaining.
And it was COVID.
It's interesting though, because I would expect that at some point your body's gonna cap out and not gain anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, it didn't.
because you get to a point, like just like fat loss, right? You get to a
Yeah.
point where you're dieting on X amount of calories, and you just cannot. So, in order to lose weight, you have to change something. For you, in order to gain weight, you had to change something.
I had to eat more.
Yeah, you had to continue.
Eat
to
more, move less.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was lockdown, so it was easy to move less.
So you did actually progressively gain.
Yeah. Yeah, because like me eating what I want now, with being active and doing whatever, is fine. I've held 115 now for nearly a year.
Okay, good on you, man.
Thanks, man. Whereas before it went up to 100, it went up to like 125, 130.
Easy, and I was still climbing.
Yeah, but what was I doing all day? I was waking up, I was eating, I was training, and then I was playing Warzone for 15 hours.
Yeah,
that was it. And eating in between.
Did you not have to work at all?
Yeah,
like, did you have to teach the kids?
Like, how can you teach your laptop?
Didn't you guys do the Zoom thing?
No, the first lockdown there was nothing.
Oh,
everything, because no one was ready for it.
You just chilling,
just chilling, man. Warzoning it up,
playing with your students,
just eating, training. Got all the weights, got bench, squat rack, everything, and was just eating.
Damn.
So yeah, when it was lockdown, it was easy to bulk, man.
Shit.
And I had good fun. I got really strong, strongest I've ever been.
So if you want to gain loads of weight, get this guy.
Yeah, exactly. What annoys me is the skinny people who are doing the optimal, and whatever, that's your choice and stuff. But for me,
I think it's worth trying something else.
It's so minimal.
I think it's worth trying something different. If you've been doing the same thing over and over again and it's not getting you the result that you want, it's worth trying something different.
Yeah.
So if you're someone that's like, oh, I'm really scared to gain 1 kilo, maybe try gaining 5, 6, 10 kilos and see where you go with that. Does that
you might
help?
like it.
You might gain more muscle instead of keep repeating the same thing and doing that for years.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely you don't want to be gaining 5 kilos in a month.
But then that's the thing, right? You tried that, you gained that 80 pounds, right? And now you realize, yeah, I probably don't need to be. Like, I'm 115 now. That's good. I probably don't need to be an extra.
Depends what I want to do though.
What would be?
If I wanted to like be as strong as possible, then I would have to put on some more weight.
Maybe, but maybe not the additional 15 kilos.
No, maybe it just needs another 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But where's the fun in that?
Because then what happens when you need to gain more strength from there?
Just keep going.
So initially, every time is a 15 kilo jump.
Yeah, just keep pushing the limit. We got to push the boundaries in life, man. I'm not afraid. That's one thing about me. I'm not afraid. You know.
Fair enough.
If it takes me 1.5 years to get rid of it again, then so be it.
Okay. Different things, different strokes for different folks. I just think, the trend of people thinking that they need to stay very, very low is probably bad. I think you probably are going to be a bit better just to let yourself, loosen up a bit. Maybe not to the degree that Archie's going, but loosen up just a little bit. Is there any other notable mentions that you think?
I think in terms of like this whole trend of like going to different gyms. So there are like, I mean, when I had more time, I was definitely like taking part in this, but like there was always a limit to how far I would travel to train. With it being like maybe like 45 minutes tops. You see some people are traveling like 2 hours.
That's wild, isn't it?
To go and train.
This is me. Like I've always looked
to then drive 2 hours back.
I've always looked at Rotherham, right? And I'm like, oh, Ultraflex looks really good. But then every time I'll go to look at the trip journey and it's like 4 hour drive. I'm like,
but to train.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it looks good.
You got to be there for a week, man. If you.
Yeah, but it looks good, but it's just a gym. So you're gonna have the same, like you're gonna lift the same numbers as you do in your local gym.
I guess it's a hobby, right? It's like
No, I get.
For me,
understand that.
Why I would do that would be, I want to look at different machines. I want to be like, oh shit, this is sick. So there's this one gym that I saw. A lot of the guys went to FIBO, right, which is in Germany, and there's this gym with fucking old school equipment. I'm thinking, if I go to Cologne, I would love to.
Is that that's something gym?
Yeah, no, not that. That's in Vienna. Oh. But if I was in Cologne, this old school gym with this really old equipment, I'd love to check it out and see it. But then, I guess I'm not traveling there deliberately just to see that gym, right?
Yeah, I think.
And a lot of people tend to.
I mean, if you have the time, then like.
But then isn't that the same for everything? Like, if
100%.
If people play golf,
you go travel different golf courses.
They're gonna go far for this golf course, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. I guess it's true. I get it, but
niches,
I just. Yeah.
It's different. It depends how into it you are. And I think you're at this phase now where you just need to get it done.
Yeah, but I think even when I was like at my peak, 45 minutes is the max.
Yeah, but I mean, right now I'm at that point where 5 minutes is like
never a pure gym though. Never a pure gym.
Never a pure gym.
No, never ever.
So you're not there yet.
No, I'm not there yet.
I'm there now. I'm just like But to be fair, I did train at Muscleworks the other week, and I felt like, damn. I used to think, some of the Matrix equipment is not that bad. Like it's not that different, but just going on a live fitness like pec deck versus the Matrix, there is a difference.
Yeah.
It's not like night and day, but it is like this. Genuinely does just feel a little bit nicer on my joints and
You're an optimal trainer.
I am, but I'm an optimal trainer, but I still train at these gyms.
Yeah,
so
push past the boundaries, though. Make pure gym great again.
Yeah, I mean, was it great before?
Don't know. I think it definitely has a purpose.
I mean, it's for certain people, right?
And it's 24 hours. That is a massive, unique selling point.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
It is cheap.
It's very cheap. Like crazy cheap. And I think a lot of the bodybuilding gyms are like easily £40 plus now, right?
Oh, way. Yeah, easily.
Day pass is £7.
More. Some places £10 for a day pass.
Dubai is like, what's that gym in Dubai?
Oh, yeah.
Binus.
It's like £40, isn't it?
£40 a session. Yeah. Would you pay £40? Day pass?
No, I'd get a week pass. Just get the week.
How much is a week?
Don't know. It's got to be cheaper.
But that's still...
Yeah, it's a lot of money to train.
I paid... When it was Black Friday, I bought my gym membership. I paid $12.99 a month.
That's decent.
£40. That's...
No brainer.
That's almost half a year's worth of my membership.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's pretty nuts.
I guess it's like anything though. Once you get that reputation, people will flock. People will come.
That's it. All right. I don't have any more noticeable mentions. That's pretty much it.
No.
All right, man. So if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a review on iTunes and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And you can find me on Instagram at Gym With Him, and Archie is at Archie13 with 2 E's. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.